Adam here with Brooksaw Antiques. Today we have this 1962 Olivetti Studio 44 vintage portable typewriter. I'm going to show you how to use the functions and make sure they all work. This one was made in Barcelona, Spain, but these were also made in Italy and they were engineered in Italy. And one of the top typewriters of all time. This is basically like an Olivetti Laterra 22 on steroids, which is also one of the best typewriters of all time. It's about as big as it gets when it comes to portable typewriters. Super refined, excellent machine. Up top is the adjustable paper guide. This helps you guide the page in straight. I'm going to line that up with the edge of the platen, which is the main roller that feeds the paper. This is the left margin. I'm going to set that on 0, and the right one around 75. And these are your paper support arms that flip up from the back. And this is the paper bale that sits on top. It's got 2 adjustable rollers and a scale. Once you hear the bell, you're near the end of the margin. Hit this line space, get you back to the beginning, and skips 1, 2, or 3. Right now we have it on single. Skips 2 half spaces. When you have it on 2, it skips 3 half spaces. When you have it on 3, it skips 4 half spaces. And when you have it on 4, it skips 6 half spaces. When you have it on 0, it doesn't skip anything at all. That's for the line space retainer. That disables the line space retainer. We'll get to that later on in this function video. I'm just going to continue typing. As you can see, all the keys type nice and none of them skip or stick. I'll type a sentence in red on the next line and switch from black to red. There's a switch on the right side here. Flip that down to the red indicator. It prints the bottom portion of the ribbon, which is red. When you have it in the middle, it doesn't print any ink at all. It just leaves a stencil for copying purposes. When you have it up top on the blue indicator, it prints the top portion of the ribbon, which is black. We're going to move that down for red. Beautiful. It doesn't feel like a Laterra 22 on the touch, but the print looks like a 22, which is excellent. Beautiful print, maybe even better. And the feel of the keyboard is more cushiony, and actually it does feel pretty close to the 22. The 22 is a bit cushiony compared to the 32, but this is just more powerful, super powerful machine. Up top is the paper release. We're going to flip that forward. That allows you to either straighten the page or pull it out easily, or load thicker paper like carbon copy or cardstock. Make sure you flip that back before you load the next page, or else it won't load correctly. We're going to flip this down, these paper support arms down for now, and put the color back on black. Got a shift on each side and a shift lock on the left. To clear that, just hit the shift button again. This button is not supposed to be the 1 button. That is the traditional margin release on Olivetti typewriters. So when you get to the end of the margin, there's a mechanism that blocks you from printing. Hit that margin release. That allows you to type past that block all the way to the end. Very good. Backspace on the right side. Very smooth. This lever here on the left is your tab set and clear. Right now we have tab set on 10 space intervals, and the tab button is this red button here. It's another traditional Olivetti fashion design there. So we're just going to flip that lever down, super light touch on the tab, super smooth on the brake. So now we shouldn't have any tabs, but I always like to set one somewhere in the middle so that way when you hit the tab button, it doesn't go slamming all the way to the end, causing wear and tear on your typewriter. By flipping that switch up, that sets the tab, and down clears it. Very good. All right, let's open this hood here from the front. It hooks into the back. All the brand new ribbon is loaded on the left side, so it's pulling to the right. It does have special spools and these little thumb nuts that go on top, which is pretty annoying because they fall out and get lost a lot. So a lot of them don't even come with spools because these things get lost. So, but that's just how it is. On a lot of them, you can put the disposable spools on there, and just as long as you got the thumb nut, this has the original Olivetti spools. So all the brand new ribbon is on the left, it's pulling to the right, and if you want to switch that direction manually, the side that you want it to go to, you just flip this little switch behind the spool. There's a little ribbon guide that the ribbon threads through, and that's meant to catch the eyelet, which is a little metal piece at the end of the ribbon, and swap the direction automatically to the side that needs to go to, that's empty. And it needs to go to the right side, so we're going to do that manually. That's how you do it manually, but you don't need to do that unless you don't have eyelets at the end of your ribbon. If you don't have eyelets, you can tie a knot, and that should usually catch that. And there is a touch control inconspicuous on the left side here. Right now it's all the way on 1, which is the lowest, and the farther down you go, there's 4 options. The higher the tension there is when you hit the keys, you do have to hit the keys harder for them to print, but they respond faster. I always usually keep mine on low. The 32, this isn't very light on touch like the 32. The 32, you definitely want to increase that tension. It's so light. Carriage release on both sides. Super smooth carriage glide. It glides like the 22 on this railing system instead of the bearings. So it doesn't have ball bearings like most typewriters do. So it's got a really unique feel to it. Really nice, smooth. Feels like a, and the when you return it, it doesn't have a sound either, like a grinding sound or anything that the American typewriters typically have. It's just silent. Carriage release on the top here, and then if you push in the button, it disables the spacing so you can get to an exact spot on the page. You let it go, you get the clicks. Each one of those clicks is a half a space, and we're going to go ahead and flip that switch all the way back to 0. It does the same thing. Flip it to the 1, you get the clicks, and this is your carriage lock. This one's a little bit tricky to lock, um, but I like that because on the Latera 32 and the 22, it always gets triggered on accident. So this one, you flip it up, and you got to kind of help it into this little slot right there. Now you have a locked carriage, so you could put it in the case, carry it around without any damage. And this also swivels back, so it protects this um, cast aluminum, not bracket. It's got everything's cast aluminum on this, so it breaks. It doesn't bend, which is insanely hard to replace. This is easy to replace, but this doesn't ever break. It's usually the neck part that breaks on all the Lateras. And that's it. Now available on eBay or Etsy. Search Brooksaw Antiques.